आपको रातों रात सारे नियम कानून कायदे को सारे उल्लंघन करके
Congress party's mega blunder
करके यूनियन टेरिटरी बना दिया.
Congress leader in Lok Sabha with this shocker
मांग रहे हैं.
asks Jammu and Kashmir an internal matter.
तो इसके बाद भी क्या जम्मू कश्मीर इंटरनल मामला हो सकता है? ये तरह तरह की बात है.
Sonia puzzled, Amit Shah furious.
कि जम्मू एंड कश्मीर के पीएको को आप भारत का हिस्सा नहीं मानते हो क्या? एग्रेसिव ना हो, जान दे देंगे इसके लिए.
Congress speaking in multiple voices.
कौन सा थोड़ा है बता दीजिए.
Well, the Congress party is in free fall, ladies and gentlemen. It was a party that was supposed to have played a role as a credible opposition, but look what has happened in Parliament today. The voice of the opposition in total self-destruct mode. Rahul Gandhi is sitting fidgeting there in the background, totally silent. He's busy getting his team to tweet some wishy-washy stuff. Sonia Gandhi, perplexed by the mega blunder by her Lok Sabha leader in the House of the Congress, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury, who wants to know if Jammu and Kashmir is an international issue or an internal issue. And Amit Shah going full frontal against the Congress, latching on to that mega blunder and hitting out at the Congress party, with the BJP basically saying that Congress is towing Pakistan's line. Okay, we're going to go straight across to the Lok Sabha now, where AIMIM Member of Parliament from Hyderabad, Asaduddin Owaisi is speaking.
Jammu Kashmir people from last 90 years have been fighting for democratic rights. I want to know from the Honorable Home Minister, we have used military in Northeast. Why? Because the Northeast people said we are fighting for our dignity. We have used military force. But despite that, this government, despite the Nagas not laying down arms, you are still talking with them. Why? And the Nagas are saying, give us oil and gas. You are ready for that? This will have a grave implication on the solving of the Naga problem. And I want to know from the Honorable Home Minister, sir, he assumes to be a man with iron fist. But may I remind him that the first Iron Man in the whole democratic or the undemocratic world was called Bismarck, the Iron Chancellor. Even Bismarck said that the iron fist must be used by a velvet. And the velvet was Article 370, which you have made it a hollow. And that is why I have to say, sir, the government has proved that you are neophytes when it comes to statecraft. You have refused to understand where myth ends and where history begins. And I'm forced to say, sir, I'm concluding, I'm forced to say, sir, that the English proverb, for they sow the wind and they shall reap the whirlwind. Sir, I want to know when Asaduddin Owaisi can go and buy agriculture property in Himachal Pradesh. I want to know when Asaduddin Owaisi can go to Arunachal Pradesh and Lakshadweep without a permit. I am sure, despite my opposition to all these constitutional arrangements, because I believe more in plurality and diversity, you are going to hand over all these Northeast to the corporate world because you believe in all these issues, sir. Sir, I want to end by talking about how, demographic change. What is there, sir? NRC, CAB? Why don't you release all those Kashmiris? Sir, your MPs are saying this is Diwali. Why can't you leave the whole Kashmiri people? Let them come out. Let them also celebrate. They cannot even use a cell phone. They cannot even go out. What are you talking about? You have created Srinagar as some sort of a West Bank. That is unfortunate, sir. That is why I demand that the government release all prisoners, take away the curfew and ensure that communications are started. Last point, sir. What will happen on Eid? Eid is on Monday. Are you assuming that the Kashmiris should, instead of sacrificing lamb, they should sacrifice themselves? If you want that, I'm sure they'll do that. They have been doing that. And I conclude, sir. I conclude by what an erudite scholar wrote today in an article. He said BJP thinks that it is going to Indianize Kashmir, but instead what we will see is potential Kashmirization of India. You are doing a great disservice. Sir, there will be issues between Dogras and Punjabis in Jammu. There will be issues with Dalits also. There will be, and you mark my words, sir, there will be demand from Hindus of Jammu. Sir, I'm concluding, please, sir. There will be demand from Hindus of Jammu that why do we live in those two, Pir Panjal and Senab Valley with Muslims. There will be migration, you mark my words, from Muslims of Kargil. You are underestimating. That is why, sir, I oppose this bill because this government is doing a disservice to Sardar Patel and Nehru. Thank you, sir.
सर, आज बहुत ऐतिहासिक दिन है, आपका मूड भी अच्छा है, तो 1-2 मिनट एक्स्ट्रा दे देना साहब। सबसे पहले तो आज इस ऐतिहासिक दिन के लिए पिछले 6 दशक से भी ज्यादा समय से
So you just saw Asaduddin Owaisi, the Hyderabad MP, there saying that he totally opposes the Article 370 abrogation by the Modi government. He basically says that it was unconstitutional and undemocratic. Let's come out of these pictures and move to the big spotlight story of the day, the Congress. It is the Congress, ladies and gentlemen, that's in the spotlight today. It has sparked a row in the Lok Sabha like nothing else before. It's a mega blunder of epic proportions, and as a party that likens itself to be the big opposition party to the Modi government, it has embarrassed itself and it has embarrassed India today. After its leader in the Lok Sabha, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury, the man you can see there standing in front of Rahul Gandhi looking disinterested right behind him, made a comment of unprecedented flaws today in his opening attack at the Modi government. Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury asked Home Minister Amit Shah to clarify, if you can believe it, ladies and gentlemen, if Kashmir is an internal issue or not. The issue has reportedly angered Sonia Gandhi, who, as you can see in these pictures, looks bewildered, irritated, perplexed, and then furious as she is helpless to stop the bumbling MP from carrying on with his ludicrous and self-injuring rant, one that exposes the Congress's own mindset as far as whether J&K is something that is monitored by the United Nations or is it strictly an internal issue. Sonia Gandhi, look at these pictures. Look very closely. We brought them to you first. She looks puzzled. Then she raises her hand wondering what the hell is happening as Adhir Ranjan makes this controversial, blundering statement in the House. She in fact praised Manish Tiwari for his speech in the Lok Sabha. But Rahul Gandhi, conspicuous by his silence on the issue, he was busy getting his team to put together a tweet after being silent for almost 36 hours. Well, after Adhir Ranjan's statement, Home Minister Amit Shah countered him, asking for a clarification whether outsiders like the UN should be allowed to meddle or not, and whether the Congress had an official position on the UN in Kashmir.
(1948) में जहां यूनाइटेड नेशंस की मॉनिटरिंग हो रहे हैं, वो क्या इंटरनल मामला है? नंबर 1। शिमला एग्रीमेंट, लाहौर समझौता हम लोग किए थे, वो क्या इंटरनल मामला थे? ये बायलैटरल। कुछ दिन पहले जयशंकर जी पोम्पियो जी को कहा कि ये हमारा बायलैटरल मामला है, आप इसमें दखल अंदाज मत करो। तो फिर उसके बाद भी क्या जम्मू कश्मीर इंटरनल मामला हो सकता है? ये तरह तरह की बात है, ये तरह तरह की बात है। आपने सबको धारियां उड़ा के हमें समझना चाहिए। साहब इतना स्पष्ट कर दे कि कांग्रेस पार्टी का स्टैंड है कि कश्मीर यूनाइटेड नेशन मॉनिटर कर सकता है। इतना स्पष्ट कर दे एक बार, इतना स्पष्ट कर दे कि कश्मीर को यूनाइटेड नेशन मॉनिटर कर सकता। आपने अभी कहा।
And after Adhir Ranjan came under all-round ridicule, anger, and national shock for the kind of comment that he made, and with all of it happening live on national television for millions of Indians across the country to watch as it happened inside the Lok Sabha, here is how he tried to clarify. You can make up your mind about whether he has clarified or whether he's only made things worse.
Certainly it is an integral part, it is an internal issue apart, but the Kashmir issue has to be resolved bilaterally. It is also our stand.
Will you accept UN's role then? Will you accept UN?
Why should I accept it? Why should I accept it? But the fact is the UN has been monitoring the Kashmir issue. So what is the stand of this government on this issue? Our stand, we have already narrated Congress' stand that it is an internal issue. It is an internal matter, it is an internal part of India. Now it has to be clarified by this government. What is the stand of this government on this issue?
Mosmi Singh is live with us. Mosmi, it's been about 36 hours of almost serial disasters for the Congress party. Leaders speaking in different voices, Ghulam Nabi Azad's, fiery attempt in the Rajya Sabha to make a stand for the Congress being ignored by multiple leaders of the Congress, Janardhan Dwivedi, Milind Deora, Dipendra Hooda and many others. And today this monumental blunder by Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury. We just played out his clarification to you, but I think from Sonia Gandhi's expression and the reactions, Mosmi, the damage is definitely done.
That's right, Shiv, and you know, it is the undoing of the one of the age-old party, the Congress party. They have been a bad loser, but the way they have been damaging their reputation, and now the latest gaffe by none other than the leader of opposition, it actually shows the Congress in a very poor light. And that's what happens when you have a leaderless party. Ranjit Ranjan, one of the Congress MPs, a leader of the Congress from Bihar. Today I spoke to her, Shiv, and she was like, she supports the government stand. She welcomed the abrogation of Article 370. And when I asked her, what about your party? She said, when you don't have anybody to steer the board, it becomes rudderless. And anyways, we as spokespersons are not allowed to speak and not allowed to go for debates. So that's the state of affairs in the Congress. Thorough confusion. Even as we talk, the group on Kashmir is meeting, Dr. Manmohan Singh is meeting all the senior leaders that comprise of the group on the affairs of Jammu and Kashmir, and we will have to wait and see what they decide, because today is a very crucial day for the Congress. They're trying to give a sense of direction in the CWC. That's likely to happen at 6:30. But after whatever Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury said, you can easily say, and his poor explanation, it is one of the final nails in the coffin of the Congress as far as rising from the ashes is concerned. Congress is far away from the truth. It's totally delinked, and with no leader on the top, it's clear that the days ahead for the Congress are really, really tough. Increasingly, Congress leaders are losing hope from their own party, and that's one reason that you cannot blame them when they switch sides.
You know, I want to ask you a little bit more about that, but first I want to play out for our viewers, Mosami, the blow-by-blow account of this serial self-destruct mode over the last 36 hours by the Congress party. Let's just show you. I'll demonstrate it to you. It is not this is not my opinion. Just take a look at these facts. Rahul and Sonia totally silent on the day that the abrogation of Article 370 happens. Yesterday and today, total silence from both these leaders. Then the Congress Rajya Sabha whip resigns. He says it will be political suicide to go against the abrogation of Article 370. So that's another big blow to the Congress party. Then Ghulam Nabi Azad puts up a semblance of a fight in the Rajya Sabha. He's the lone face of the Congress party leading the fight. But just hours after he makes his stand, multiple Congress netas come out to support the Modi government. Jaiveer Shergill, Dipendra Hooda, Janardhan Dwivedi, Milind Deora, Aditi Singh, many others. They've all come out to support the Modi government. So obviously there is no unity within the party. Then the Congress Lok Sabha leader, Adhir Ranjan Chowdhury's mega blunder that we just played out for you. And now Rahul Gandhi, who's been silent all this while and still hasn't opened his mouth, he comes out with a very wishy-washy tweet claiming that this is a national security issue, and his tweet has been retweeted by official Twitter handles in Pakistan. Pakistan is echoing what Rahul Gandhi is saying and taking strength and endorsing what Rahul Gandhi is saying. So it's disaster after disaster, Mosmi. You know, they're going to have a J&K policy group meeting later today, but you know, this is like this is a wound that is going to be very difficult to heal, Mosami. I mean, it's so belated. This kind of a meeting should have been happening yesterday with some coherence, with some leadership. It was just pathetic to see Sonia Gandhi getting angry there and Rahul Gandhi sitting in a corner not knowing what to do.
See, clearly the Congress is out of clue. They don't have a sense of direction. And if you see the way the government has been playing on the weaknesses of the opposition, reveals the master strategy of the BJP. You have Amit Shah reading out that statement yesterday. Even before he arrived, Shiv, the BJP MPs were applauding him. They knew what's going to come. And you had the benches in the opposition, they were empty. Many people were not in their seats. That's how clueless the Congress was right from the start. I mean, as a preemptive step, they could have got the opposition together. They could have this group discussing and deliberating and taking a stand. Many people in the Congress believe that what stand Ghulam Nabi Azad took, maybe Sonia wanted to take it, wanted him to take that stand, but it was not the right stand. It has further damaged the Congress and built an image that Congress is anti-national and is weak on the national security front. So clearly, one by one, the Congress is damaging its own self. And here you have a very weak opposition. Congress was expected to lead from the front and they have severely failed in doing so. You have a Rahul Gandhi who comes directionless, walking inside the house, walking outside the house. You ask him on any issue, he doesn't want to speak.
Yes.
He says, I'll put out a tweet.
Pathetic.
On the Unnao rape case, he put out a tweet in English for a rape case that's happened in Uttar Pradesh, a Hindi belt. And then now you have Rahul Gandhi putting out a vague tweet on Kashmir. It's really a pathetic state of affairs in the Congress party. And nobody, believe you me, is this the official stand? What Adhir Ranjan said? There was nobody who would come up and try to clarify it. They're not even trying to clarify.
No, it's incredible. It's incredible, Mosmi, what you're saying. Nobody is going to come forward to clarify. I mean, even his clarification sounds so completely wishy-washy and unconvincing, like he's been disciplined by some kind of headmaster or headmistress and he has to perforce go in front of the cameras and offer that explanation. It's just sad. This is India's oldest party. It is amazing to see what it has become on a crucial issue like Jammu and Kashmir. Mosmi, keep tracking that story. I will keep coming back to you. Thank you for joining me for the moment. Joining me now, Gaurav Sawant, our executive editor, who's reported widely from Jammu and Kashmir and is tracking the fallout of this big political story. We also have Neeti Jain, who's a spokesperson of the BJP. While I go to Neeti Jain right now and to Gaurav, I want to play out for you the big questions that we're asking. Remember, the Congress party has refused to be part of any debates. Even independent political analysts like Rajiv Desai, who are invited to this discussion, have decided not to participate belatedly. Even after our cameras have reached their locations, they've decided not to participate. Their reasons are best known to them. Neeti, this is going to be a bit one-sided, but I'm going to try and get some Congress voices. And earlier I did speak to some Congress leaders as well. But I want to ask you this. Today in Parliament, MP after MP after MP has been attacking the BJP, saying that this has been an undemocratic exercise, which occurs to me as one of the most ironic criticisms, because this is a debate that's going on in Parliament. Neeti.
I don't think they've been attacking the BJP. What they have been attacking is their own, whatever ideology is left of them. We have been saying for a really long time that the Congress has no neta, no niti and no niyat to go ahead, and they are showing that and they're exposing that every day. So after 48 hours, Rahul Gandhi wakes up and tweets about something which is not relevant anymore, and that still makes media news. That said, whatever the Congress MPs have been saying today about the Article 370 is shocking. And while you may say that Sonia Gandhi ji has been unappreciative of what Mr. Chowdhury said, the attacks on Pulwama that Congress came up with and attacking the defense forces for the same reason was an official stand of the Congress. So their ideology has been shifting for a really long time. So I'm really not surprised. Which Manish Tiwari ji and his 50 Shades of Grey and his
how the
confusion
Congress
in the party,
has performed in the Lok Sabha today is something that goes beyond just party politics. And I want to bring Gaurav in on that. Gaurav, Rahul Gandhi's tweet, Adhir Ranjan's words echoing in Pakistan means that this is not just a Congress BJP issue. This is something that is causing damage internationally to India.
This indeed is, internally, Congress needs to clarify its stand. There is no denying that fact. We also need to know whether this is a part of a coherent strategy where they're trying to keep all stakeholders happy. Ghulam Nabi Azad, P. Chidambaram, Kapil Sibal, they speak one language. Does that keep stakeholders in Jammu and Kashmir, and especially in the Kashmir Valley, happy? And then you have younger leaders like, Javeer Shergill or Milind Deora, Aditi, certain other leaders who say things that will keep the rest of the country happy. So is this like a running with the hare and hunting with hounds kind of a strategy? Janardhan Dwivedi also saying a historical wrong has finally been set right. So these are major statements to make. Or is this the chaos that's prevailing in the Congress party because there is no one at the head and they're perhaps like a rudderless ship?
Yeah, rudderless ship. In fact, since no Congress leader has decided to come out and be part of discussions, this is not about being grilled or interrogated. The Congress is the opposition. We interrogate and grill the government in power. We question the government in power. We had Pradeep Bhattacharya of the Congress party, who is a Rajya Sabha MP, on our show a short while ago. And these are the questions I put to him on the Congress's performance as an opposition party. I'm asking you a direct question since you are a member of parliament, sir.
Because I am in the
You've had multiple
what
leaders.
What exactly happened in Lok Sabha?
Mr. Bhattacharya, let me ask you, forget the Lok Sabha. I'm asking you since yesterday, you've had multiple leaders, including people as senior as Janardhan Dwivedi. You've got a sitting member of parliament like Dipendra Huda, Aditi Singh, who's a sitting MLA, all of them going against the Congress party line after what Ghulam Nabi Azad said. I am asking you, the Congress is now saying undemocratic, unprocedural. I am asking you, yesterday it was debated in Rajya Sabha, today it's being debated in Lok Sabha. Are you really debating it? Is the Congress really debating it? Because you started your debate by making a blunder.
Oh my goodness.
You started the debate by making a blunder of monumental proportions, sir. What is the point of the Jammu and Kashmir policy group meeting in the evening today when the debate was yesterday and today? Why is the J&K policy group meeting this evening?
I think that you are not quarreling with me. My simple sentence is this. Yesterday we had a long debate. All the leaders, they participated in the discussion, including Ghulam Nabi Azad.
But you saw what happened after that, sir.
And other people also. They raised very, very pertinent questions. Particularly our former Home Minister, when he put this question before the Home Minister, that exactly why you are making it a union territory, give me the sharp reply to that.
So, Neeti Jain, considering that this is a story that's developing right now, do you feel that the Congress's performance and blunder after blunder has given the BJP something of an escape route? Now you can target the Congress party, you can call them whatever you want, you can say that they've betrayed their real stance as far as Jammu and Kashmir is concerned, and now there won't be any need for any of the larger questions. The debate has basically got derailed because of the Congress.
Shiv, I think that's a very myopic view of looking at it. I don't think the BJP needs an escape route because the entire country stands with what we have done. The larger issue is that whatever the Congress party is doing today, and as you had said earlier, it is hurting us internationally.
Yeah, it is.
And that is a more important view that we need to look at. What are we talking about? The UN has suddenly come in, the US has suddenly started making opinions on this. So this is hurting us internationally. The BJP doesn't need an escape route.
Okay.
We stand by what we have done and the country stands with us.
Okay, so Gaurav, one final question to you, which is, as the debate continues now, as the debate continues in Parliament now, hasn't the tone really been set by the opposition? The mood of the nation appears to be set. I agree with Neeti. The country at large, even though I have no empirical evidence of this, the mood of the nation appears to suggest that they are completely with a decisive action like this. And the opposition parties look scattered, disheveled, and totally in disarray on this. They don't have the pulse of the people.
Well, the principal opposition, the single largest opposition party, with 52 members of parliament, and that's the Congress, they are in a disarray. What would be very interesting to see, whether they take this to the next level, whether we see the Congress big guns challenge this in a court of law, which some of them have actually threatened to do. You remember P. Chidambaram saying, if it doesn't happen here, then of course it will go down a couple of buildings. So does that mean that this will be challenged to the Supreme Court, and will the Congress party be doing that, or one of the Congress lawyers be doing that? That would be very interesting to see, because this could well be an academic debate in the Lok Sabha. Congress does not have the numbers. BJP has the numbers in Lok Sabha.
Yeah.
The fact that they did it in Rajya Sabha with numbers is extremely interesting. They got 2/3 majority in Rajya Sabha on this bill. BJP has the numbers in Lok Sabha. It remains to be seen now when the battle is fought on ground in Jammu and Kashmir. and elsewhere.
Okay, so this is a developing story. Lok Sabha still in session. There will be more responses from Home Minister Amit Shah a little later. We'll take you in for the best parts. There was an explosive speech by the Ladakh Member of Parliament Sering Namgyal a short while ago. We'll play out a chunk for you as well. Unmissable speech. Gaurav and Niti Jain, thank you very much for joining me. Okay, let's put the spotlight now on one of Jammu and Kashmir's best known netas. Certainly its most flamboyant, Farooq Abdullah. Home Minister Amit Shah has rejected former Jammu and Kashmir Chief Minister Farooq Abdullah's claims that he's being put under house arrest. Shah clarified in the Lok Sabha that Farooq was neither detained nor arrested. He was staying at his home as per his choice. Remember, Farooq Abdullah told India Today that he'd been put under house arrest by the centre. The National Conference chief also alleged that there was a plot to murder him. He also termed the removal of Article 370 as an undemocratic decision. So he's not under house arrest, he's not under detention, he's not under any kind of arrest, he's at home.
कि फारूक अब्दुल्ला साहब को ना डिटेन किया गया है ना अरेस्ट किया गया है, वो अपनी मर्जी से अपने घर में है और तबीयत खराब है तो सिविल अस्पताल के डॉक्टर जाकर उनको अस्पताल भी ले जाएंगे, सदन चिंता न करे।
होम मिनिस्ट्री इज लाइंग इन द पार्लियामेंट दैट आई एम नॉट हाउस अरेस्टेड, दैट आई एम सिटिंग इन द हाउस इनसाइड ऑफ माय ओन विल। You think I will stay inside my house of my own will while my state is being burnt?
Thanks for watching the video. For more such news and updates, please like, share and subscribe to India Today. Also check out our other great videos from our channel. We know you will love to.